Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Patronkast Plays Mortal Kombat Armageddon Conquest mode. I'm the man on the sticks, Razor. With me are Shad and Smokeman.
Yeah.
Welcome to Edenia, gentlemen.
Home in Edenia.
It's the end.
The end of all things.
The end of the world as we know it.
And I feel fine.
I don't feel fine. I feel sad. I feel very sad.
It is a shame. I don't feel fine anymore as soon as this motherfucker showed up.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that last time at the end of it.
Revenge against the Elder Gods. They betrayed me. Did they, though?
For this treachery, I will eliminate the Elder God's only means of saving the realms from Armageddon.
Who do you think did Scorpion's voice here? It doesn't sound like Ed to me.
No, it really doesn't. And this is, I think it's straight up a different dude than it has been for the past, well, it's a different dude than it was in, in Deception, definitely.
Yeah. Oh my god! These guys have skulls for faces.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is that
scary, dude.
The best skull is yet to come.
You have a skull inside you right now, sir.
That's fake. Shut up.
You don't know the skulls yet.
The science
you will
is still
see
out.
Skulls soon.
Oh, the skulls to come.
Don't tell him.
If you don't
oh
like
god,
skulls,
there's
brother.
one on the right of the screen. Jesus Christ.
There is.
Perhaps this entire episode should come with a parental guidance sticker, an advisory.
One nice thing about the Shirai Ryu here is that it's real easy to get them into finish him state. They have just the right sized health bars.
Did you even hit that guy?
Not sure.
Maybe a meteor hit him. Maybe they actually impacted by the meteors.
Yeah, it's possible.
Which are a definite sign of the end of the world beginning. This is not normal Edenian weather, I think it's safe to say.
Well, there is some question I have as to whether the meteors are not being summoned by Scorpion off screen.
I don't know. We talked a little bit when we were in the Netherrealm about, like,
I don't think Scorpion should be able to do
there were meteors there too, and I think this is probably at this point in time happening in every single realm.
It's possible. So here's the other thing is that we're in terms of things Scorpion can and cannot do, even though he's turned against the Elder Gods, he still has the powers. Like he's they have not like revoked the Shirai Ryu that they gave him. Now I have a
You're gonna want to roll.
Yeah, there it is.
Or do that. Want some money? Want some money? Come get it.
Tricky
Come get your money.
They fucking whistle like nuclear bombs.
Come and get your loot bag.
So we talked about it a little bit at the end of last episode, but before we trigger this boss fight, I just want to jump into the logic of Scorpion's claim that the Elder Gods have betrayed him, and now he wants revenge. And his idea of revenge is to let Armageddon destroy the universe.
That's stupid.
It's very
it's real stupid, yeah.
It would take a lot to make Scorpion that angry and that nihilistic and that boneheaded. He must hate absolutely everything right now.
So
boneheaded.
Yes, you see what I did there. Thank you for catching it.
So the game as it is presents the idea that as reward for killing Onaga, except that Scorpion didn't kill Onaga, Shujinko and Nightwolf did. So I guess as reward for helping, like as reward for being in the room and letting Shujinko copy your powers. The Elder Gods have resurrected the Shirai Ryu, because Scorpion asked for that. But instead of bringing them back to life normal, they made them specters. And the forms they are presented with here look more like skeletons in clothing than like Scorpion himself does.
He said it himself, they are the undead.
Yeah. The part where they are specters, I think, is in his ending. The exact use of that word. But a specter is what Scorpion himself That's the kind of undead that he's supposed to be, so theoretically, all of his dudes should have the same powers he has, including the ability to look like a normal human being when they want to, and only peel off their faces and have a skull that breathes fire when they want to. Which, as I said last week, is better than being human. Especially because a Spectre can die and resurrect themselves at will anytime they want. Whenever Scorpion is beaten and sent back to the Netherrealm, he just fucking leaves. He could go wherever he wants. He could teleport anywhere, anytime.
This isn't what he wants for them, though. The actual ending says, as the fire of Blaze... His ending, to be clear, Scorpion's. As the fire of Blaze was extinguished, what appeared in its place brought elation to his tormented soul. Elation. His ninja clan, the Shirai Ryu, had been fully resurrected. Numbering in the thousands, they covered the surface of the pyramid, awaiting Scorpion's command. Among them was Scorpion's wife and son. And then, the rest of the ending happens, and Quan Chi grabs his kid and Looney Tunes it through a portal.
Yeah. So there's a couple things there. One of them is that it implies Harumi and Satoshi are not among the ones the Elder Gods resurrected. So here's my position on that. So the Elder Gods resurrected the members of the Shirai Ryu that were ninjas, the ones who were actively killers and went to hell when they died. Because that's what a ninja does. It kills people for money. So the Elder Gods have done his clan the favor of rescuing them from the Netherrealm. He should be kind of grateful about that. And his wife and son not being among them is because those two, his son was still a child, and his wife was not one of the ninjas. She was just a housewife. So they both went to heaven when they died. Which is a nice place to be, supposedly. Better than living. So, I don't like the idea that Scorpion would want to yoink his wife and kid out of their eternal reward in the heavenly realm. And I don't like the idea that he would be mad that the Elder Gods gave the ones they did resurrect powers that assure that they never have to suffer in the Netherrealm again.
It's not what he wants them to be alive,
But
though.
this whole scenario just paints him as irrationally ungrateful and stupid.
Would you want to be a hellbound Spectre for 20 years and never seeing your wife and kid? He's a bitter, angry, vengeful wraith of a man.
So here's the thing.
And honestly, I don't believe the Elder Gods did resurrect his clan. I think it's all Netherrealm fuckery. I think that Shinnok did this.
You and I both favor the idea that there should have been written in some kind of twist.
Oh, yes.
That would reframe Scorpion as either being manipulated by Quan and Shinnok, or, something that makes him not look like an asshole here, who wants to just destroy the universe out of the dumbest possible reason, just because the game wanted a boss fight. The problem is that the game does not have such a twist in it as it is. As it is... Indeed. And look, I would absolutely choose being a Spectre over either being stuck in the Netherrealm as a dead person, or I would choose being a Spectre over being a normal human being, because a Spectre is a normal human being, but with superpowers, and they're immune to dying. There's no downside to being Scorpion. So if they made the rest of his clan like him, they did him a favor.
It's not the way he sees it. It's the way you see it.
The other thing is, if you go all the way back to Mortal Kombat 2, Scorpion wanted to, the reason that he chose to make the vow to protect Kuai Liang to atone for killing his brother is that Scorpion had realized that after killing Bi-Han, he was still in hell. He thought that, getting revenge would restore his honor, and that he'd get to go to, the samurai afterlife or something like that. That's the reason he was in hell, and not, all the killing and sin. So once he realized that getting revenge isn't going to get me out of the Netherrealm. I need to make up for my sins. I need to seek redemption. Because he realized that if he wanted to be with his wife and kid, he'd have to find a way to get to heaven. So if I was him, and I was being asked, okay, you helped kill Onaga, what do you want for a reward? I'd be like, can I go to heaven? You know, to be with my fucking family? Can I finally rest? That's what I would ask for.
The thing is, though, and this is one of the reasons why I know that you and I differ in this opinion, but I have always felt that for all the comparisons you can make between the midway versions of the characters and the NRS versions of the characters, I really do think that NRS, generally speaking, did Scorpion better. Because this wasn't the first time he became an angry douche for no reason. Remember MK4?
Sure.
Wait, what's that, Quan Chi? This guy I've sworn to protect? He was on it too? Grrr, revenge! Scorpion was never, like, it always went back and forth with this guy. Constantly.
It's true. Hanzo's not a smart man. I have to grant you that. Speaking of which, let's see what happens here.
More skulls. More
So
spooky.
first we just get to fight some dudes. Oh, they have the Hellfire Summon special move. That's a Scorpion thing.
They're all just like him now.
Oh,
And
wow.
you're dead.
It does a lot of damage.
Oh wow.
Congratulations. Now you are the undead.
Yeah, see, if
Welcome
I
to
had
Shiryu,
Scorpion's
motherfucker.
powers, this would not stop me.
So what we're saying is we're all better off dead.
Yes.
Everyone joined the Shiryu. Everyone joined the Brotherhood.
Look, I
Everyone.
would gladly choose to either be a Spectre or go to heaven over being alive. And I would choose it for my friends and family as well, because heaven is supposed to be the best place you can go.
There's a
That's the
shortage
whole
of chairs.
concept. The earth sucks, heaven is better. That's the foundation of religion.
Which place do you think is more likely to have industrial music every night? I say hell's the better place to be.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what you're into, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I would be able to, I don't think they would appreciate my fondness for miserable sluts in heaven.
But here's my question. Have you ever just been so fucking
Wait,
angry
what?
with skulls? Skulls everywhere?
See, this is
Skulls!
what I'm talking about. Scorpion still has the Champion of the Elder Gods powers, and he can do shit like this now that he never could before. Like, the Elder Gods are being nice enough to let him keep all that stuff, even when he's trying to, like, get revenge on them.
You know, I've been thinking about it. With the realms in the state that they are, perilous and close to the end and whatnot, and too many warriors, and threatening to rip the very fabric of the realms apart, I don't honestly, obviously, I don't think, as you don't, that, like, the Elder Gods actually did this to him.
Well,
I don't anyway, but
we...
I kind of wonder if the Elder Gods are even right now in a position to talk to Scorpion, to interact with him. Because they don't, like, get involved unless, they really have absolutely no choice for fear of waking up the One Being. And the One Being's alarm button is going off right about now.
Yeah, so my, we talked about this a couple years ago when we did, like, my version of how you do a sequel to Armageddon, that Patronkast video. My idea was that the Elder Gods did resurrect the Shirai Ryu as specters, but it was because they wanted Scorpion to have an army because they knew more bad shit was coming, and that he was okay with it, and then Quan Chi fucked with his memories when he got to Edenia to turn him to the other side at the pyramid. And the reason I thought of doing it that way is because I wanted a reason for him and Kenshi to become friends. So I had to make it a telepathic problem that Kenshi could solve with his powers.
You gotta start throwing some fireballs, man.
Yeah, I could. There we go.
Why are there 4 scorpions now?
Yeah, there are 4 of these fucking things. See how fast you get out of meter if you do it that way? You gotta throw these guys, and these skulls don't stay in place like they should.
Just saying, lighten your burden.
This is a particularly tedious fight, honestly.
Why didn't Scorpion do this in the tournament in Mortal Kombat 1?
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is not normal Scorpion shit. This is Champion of the Elder Gods shit.
I mean,
You don't know that.
like I've said,
I know that he doesn't do this normally.
You don't know that. Why didn't he do this in the tournament?
Why wasn't he always the final boss of every game?
You're right that I can't prove it, but I'm going to take a firm stance anyway that he couldn't.
Yeah, I just, like I said, don't think that the Elder Gods right now are in a position to help anyone, much less resurrect an entire clan. So that's why I kind of default to Netherrealm fuckery being responsible for all this.
I mean, I would certainly not be against that reveal. My problem isn't that the Shirai Ryu were brought back as skeletons. My problem is that he's mad about it. Whoever did this did him and them a favor. They could choose to have faces if they want. That fire has
Holy
taken
shit.
my
You are
entire
very much
goddamn health
lying.
bar.
I think it's time for more fireballs.
It might be just about that time. Why isn't it?
What a
This
nice
is
day
kind
in
of
Edenia.
intense.
See, this last one on the end is so fucking hard to hit. There we go. There's some health. Yeah, do the Hapkido combo. Do it. Because that's the fighting style of the Shirai Ryu. Not ninjutsu, no.
The path of the dead Shirai Ryu is a pathway to many abilities some would consider to be unnatural. I don't remember it taking this long!
No, it takes for fucking ever, because you throw these guys at the skulls, and sometimes it doesn't hit the skull for no reason.
There you go.
There we go.
One for the road.
Bottoms up! You know what you just did? You just cracked open a cold one, is what you did.
Yeah. So there's another weird thing about this level I want to point out here. So we're about to go down.
Oh,
this-
yes!
Yeah. So here's this boss fountain. All the
The
things.
chamber of all the shit for all the people that are not in this mode.
Yeah,
or
all
most
the-
of them anyway.
All the stuff that had to be cut just stuck at the end. But when we get to this next room and I fight Scorpion in a fighting game mode match, it's going to say, yeah, see this Scorpion's Lair stage where the fight is about to take place. There's going to be some dialogue that Scorpion has like teleported me to hell, and that's where this stage is located. But if you look out the windows of the stage, it's this. It's still Edenia.
That's our last item.
This is the last one. 60 out of 60. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you unlocked everything. Except for all those creative character parts.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
And these two things that I haven't picked up yet. You've unlocked this music note, but pick it up anyway. Okay. Here we go. So you've got these dead trees and bushes, and you've got these stone walls. And...
Let you pass. Prepare to face me in hell.
See? And then he teleports me.
It's a nice stage, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's
okay.
called Scorpion's Lair, but that name should only belong to the one from MK3. So let me, there we go. See? That's the same cavern, the valley or whatever you want to call it that I was just in, right there.
Maybe the hell he speaks about is metaphorical. Maybe you're both in hell right now.
Then why did he do a teleport to me? He teleported me 5 feet?
Coolness.
I miss those get-ups so much.
That's cool.
Nice parry, motherfucker. He's gonna keep doing it.
Yep.
There we go.
Nope. Well, we all know that NetherRealm is no stranger to asset reuse. They weren't even... even when they were parts of them were midway even these days.
You know,
Maybe they were just identical ass corridors in Edenia and
I've never liked how in this game his teleport punch slides along the ground instead of being a jump punch. Like it's the same punch Cobra does.
Asset reuse. But he had the teleport kick. Damn it. Same series of games where Jax had no gotcha.
Jax had no any of his moves except the ground pound.
Kung Lao didn't even fucking have the spin. Ashra had the spin.
Kung Lao doesn't have the spin in this move even though the asset is there. He has the teleport and the dive kick, but not the spin.
Womp womp.
Oh, I'm surprised you actually won that.
It was close.
I wasn't even paying
Entertaining as fuck.
attention in the first round, and I fucking schooled him. I don't know how it got so hard all of a sudden.
Well done, Taven. Dagon.
Outstanding,
I was
Taven.
hoping Scorpion would kill
Superb,
you and spare
Taven.
the effort.
So if
Toasty,
this room is in Edenia, then why is it covered in Scorpion logos? Did Scorpion build this for this fight?
All did not go exactly as my crew
I
had foreseen it.
fucking love Blaze's voice.
I will transport you to the rim of the crater where the final battle will take place. The quest will conclude when one of you defeats me there in combat. We must make haste. Many warriors are gathering. If I am defeated by one of them, they will steal the prize and the true purpose of the quest.
If they can
will
defeat you, then what's the point of the Drake swords?
I want nothing to do with this quest. My business is with Dagon.
No choice. We are all bound to the quest. The fate of the realms will be decided today.
Then let's get this over with. I have waited an eternity for this
So-
moment.
Okay there,
When
Megatron.
this is over, I am going to finish you.
So Blaze stopped them from fighting, and then he teleports them to the crater, and then he lets them
Yes.
fight anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you do have to decide which of them gets to the top of the pyramid first.
How did we...
I think the problem is they're not supposed to be over there. They have to be up here.
Well, yeah, Blaze says that you gotta walk through the glowing gate to make the pyramid rise and start everything.
Temple, I believe you won.
They are supposed to be in hell, but they they were in hell. They were in hell, but they should be in Edenia. That's his problem.
I suppose it
Yeah,
was,
see, because Scorpion teleported them to hell.
but I was awakened
Which
three
weirdly
Just
looks
has
just
very
like
similar
Edenia.
corridors.
grown much faster, much
Asset reuse. Gotta love
This
it.
time, my victory is assured.
The only thing that is assured is that you will pay for killing mother and father.
So you know. Yes, I killed them. I had to. Lord Shinnok warned me that they had decided to assist you
You killed them over the prize?
with the very weapons Father gave us to use against Blaze. And now
Notice,
I will use them to
notice what the
destroy
Drake
you.
swords look like.
Fight.
Yes.
Because when Taven picks it up off his body, it won't look like that.
I almost feel sorry for Dagon, actually.
I do
Because,
really like
like-
that scene.
Because
This
you're
music here?
remembering how I bullied him in the obelisk?
No. I said I like that scene.
No, because Shad said he felt sorry for Dagon.
Oh,
No, when Taven came out of it, he had absolutely no idea about any of the shit that Shinnok was down with. He didn't know he'd fallen from his position as Elder God. He didn't know that he had tried to, like, take over the realms or Earth or what have you. Dagon probably had no fucking idea either, and for all he knew, Shinnok was just probably trying to help him.
Yeah, but Dagon's had like a couple thousand years running around forming the Red Dragons. He could have, like, heard the story and figured out that Shinnok is probably full of shit. And he just
yeah.
didn't.
He also did come out unbalanced.
I guess. Maybe putting people in stasis sleep inside a big rock is not good for their health.
It's not like Argus cares very much about the people in his family. We know this. Wow, that was over very quickly.
Yeah, it was easier than Scorpion.
Unfortunate. It was not intended that the brothers combat each other. Dagon has
Were you just supposed to race to the top of the pyramid?
Yeah.
obligation.
I guess.
Yeah, it's
Obligation.
it's a contest. Whoever
Quest
gets up
destroyed
there
my
and
family.
stabs Blaze first
Explain to me
wins.
why I should care.
Your mother, my creator, foresaw the coming Armageddon. That through mortal combat, warriors would unknowingly tap into the very forces that make reality possible. Those warriors are in the crater below.
Now here's the thing that's
Traitor.
always bothered me about the concept of Armageddon's plot is that there's only 60-some people with special moves down there,
The Elder Gods had ordered your
and realms like Outworld and Edenia have, like, open knowledge and practice of magic. They have court mages, they have shadow priests, they have all these people who just sling spells around, and they've been at war with each other. Like, when Outworld invaded Edenia, were there not more than 60 people in one place on one battlefield using magic at each other?
The other would destroy them all.
I mean, I've always taken it to mean that you have like 60 very powerful people at the end of a long, aeons-long series of struggles where you're opening portals between all realms, and
Yeah, see-
you have people like Shao Kahn who've been slowly sucking at it and driving realms together. I think that, I mean, yes,
If
surely...
they had said that it matters that it's happening now because this is after so many Mortal Kombat games and the fabric of the dimensions separating them is so weak, that would make a lot more sense. Like, the Furies have been unbalanced for so many years from all the
That's what it
constant,
should be.
from, like, the corruption and the dissolution of the Mortal Kombat tournaments, and people just invade each other now, and there's nothing stopping you from constantly making portals and ripping holes in the fabric of the realms. So the dimensions are weaker, and that's why it's more of a problem to have a battle this big. If they had said that, it would make sense. They never say anything like that.
But as it is, the 60 warrior thing is a literal justification for how they felt. We have literally too many people we'll never use. And wait a minute. And now for the coolest shit.
So right at this moment, Stryker is punching Melina in the face.
You just fucking talked over the coolest fucking line. And oh my god, I hate to talk about Stryker. My fucking god. You get the line, the one line. Face me in Mortal Kombat. How more appropriate can you get to end the entire series off with? And you talk about Stryker.
You know, I was gonna mention, like, how is Stryker, like, drawing the fucking forces
Yeah,
of
that's
reality?
there are a lot of people in that crater who are not particularly powerful wizards, and are probably not a threat to the realm. Like, I don't think the fact that Kira can make some pink dust is a problem for reality.
Like I just said, the whole there being too many wars thing is a literal justification for how Midway and the MK team are feeling. We literally have too many losers no one gives a shit about. They never thought that all these years later would give a shit about the likes of Kai or Jarek or Kira or Cobra.
Well,
In some ways, they're right not to.
and yet they went on to make, like, 12 more losers after this game.
They did.
Oh, we have too many characters. But Jackie and Ferritor, that's not a problem.
I see no problems with Ferritor.
You wouldn't.
Nah.
I'm sure somewhere out there, somewhere in our own Discord, Kira has her fans.
Look,
We're
I've always kind of liked the idea of Kira. Like, her moves suck real bad, and her design is very generic. But, I mean, you like Tazia. It's a
I do.
question of there's potential somewhere in there, which is why we do the redesign series.
There's no accounting for taste. Honestly, I think I love Jarek these days because he's shitty. He's my favorite bad joke. And yes, I did bring him up just so that we could say that we brought up Jarek on every episode of this show, on this playthrough.
I didn't even notice that.
We did. We ran the risk of not bringing him up last time, but I made sure to do it.
Oh, you've been
again.
planning it out. I see.
What would Jarek do? Probably fall down the steps.
Jarek would make sure to mention himself every episode. That's what Jarek would do.
Make the right choice.
Oh, and he can finish
Oh,
me.
wow.
They actually... Sometimes he does do a fatality.
The quest is a failure. Good job.
Yeah, imagine if Blaze just won.
What happens then?
I think Blaze kills everybody, but Armageddon stops.
I'm gonna go see his ending right now. Because I know he's got... Everyone's got one. Let me see.
I think he destroys the universe because nobody can stop him.
God.
That's acting according to his programming.
Well, his programming is to fight everybody at the top of the pyramid. If people stop coming up the pyramid, and they all die before the world ends, then Armageddon's over. You saved them.
Yep.
You saved the realms.
When his final objective atop the pyramid came to pass, he was unstoppable and defeated all who challenged him. As foreseen by the sorceress Adelia, Armageddon began in the Edenian crater and spread throughout the realms, shattering reality until there was nothing.
But why? If all the people throwing magic at each other are dead, then it's over.
Wait, that ending doesn't end with "Have a nice day"?
No, they stopped that quite some time
Yeah,
ago.
they.
Boo,
There are
fucking boo.
There are no uses of "Have a nice day" between MK2 and MKX, or 11, I think.
No,
was
it's
the-
11.
Yeah.
It's 11 when they brought it back.
Blaze and his boss mechanics are a motherfucker.
The Blaze pisses me off. I think he's actually kind of hard.
He is.
I really
That's what I'm
don't like that
saying.
roll move.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. Especially,
God.
he just bleeds neon like nacho cheese.
He looks delicious. He looks like buffalo sauce. I want to dip chicken nuggets in him.
Yeah, he does look like buffalo sauce.
I'd stick a couple of nachos in him.
I'm hungry for wings now. I'm hungry for wings now. Terrible.
I kind of want wings now. Fuck.
I bet Jarek would eat chicken wings with me. Nachos. He is exactly the type that you would sit around and watch MTV with and just eat chicken wings and nachos. Jarek for president.
I don't think you're gonna win that campaign, sir.
Look at Jarek's platform.
You know, like, I mean, people started falling in love with Sue Howell because he was so shitty. He became a meme in the community. Why did Jarek not become that meme? I ask you.
Because he already is a meme. Fucking that ending?
Yeah, people love to quote the ending.
People meme on that shit all the fucking time.
I agreed to help defeat Shinnok, not throw myself into the special forces. The Black Dragon live on!
Da-da-dun!
That fucking yellow on the way down.
Yeah, people fucking love the Amasoge. Like, come on. He's already memed.
Oh. Nope.
Can you beat a man with only wake-up attacks? 'Cause that's the situation I'm about to be in.
This sucks. Watching this sucks.
Yeah, it's not fun to fight him.
Onaga was a much more
fucking-
fun fight.
Yeah.
It's...
It would be nice if there were, like, 6 things around the ring that I could, like, walk into to stun him. Because all he does is turtles and no-cell shit.
You gotta, like, start doing those sideways dodges when you go up to him. Sucker punch.
There it is.
Power incarnate, and he sucker punches you in the temple. And
The exact same animation as Onaga. And DarkCon. They changed the graphics engine and kept that animation for DarkCon and versus DCU. I unlocked everything, and then I unlocked Taven.
so much to unlock.
That's not everything, then, is it?
How do you feel now that you've unlocked Taven, Razor? How does that make you feel?
It's a relief. Now I can finally play as Taven.
Yay!
Ripped to pieces. I awoke in a a foreign realm, forced to complete a quest
So-
set forth by my parents.
So this is how the story mode ends, which means it's canon that Taven does it. Like, it doesn't end on a cliffhanger, and then whoever you want to beat Blaze beats Blaze. No, Taven beats Blaze. So MK9 is full of shit.
I believe the healthiest thing to do, depending on where your loyalties lie, is to look at Armageddon as a branching point. If you want to look at it as one ongoing story with reboots, you can do that. Many people have, many people do. For me, this is where Mortal Kombat ends.
Well,
There's a lot of great things that happen afterwards, and I appreciate a shit ton of stuff that 9, X, and 11 do, but on a spiritual level, this is where it ends for me. And I couldn't accept that for years.
well, I want to point out what we're about to hear here. It's not going to say what the energy that passes through his armor does. A third unforeseen outcome.
Indeed.
It's not going to say what that outcome is. But if you play arcade mode with Taven and get his ending there, it does say what the third outcome is. So
Which now you've got to do.
we're gonna do it. So I have to fight Blaze again.
Yes, you do.
Nice.
But so my feelings on obviously I agree with you that the franchise basically ended here, and that the NRS era, it's not my cup of tea, and my headcanon is that none of it counts. But the official company line, as given by Sean Kittleson when MK11 came out, is actually that the Shao Kahn winning Armageddon at the beginning of 9 isn't actually the end of this game. The official canon, in his mind at least, and he was the writer of 11, so that's what it was when he was making that game. Dom may have a different opinion. But Kittleson's line is that Taven did win Armageddon, and then Chronica restarted the universe, and MK vs. DCU was the next universe that she made. And that when the DC universe accidentally crossed over with it, she didn't like it and rebooted again, and gave us a timeline similar to the first one, where Shao Kahn won Armageddon, and that's the beginning of 9.
I have a question.
Okay.
Does that mean that Chronica also is in charge of the DC universe?
No, the MK vs. DC happening was not part of her plan. That's why she rebooted after.
The fact.
So Chronica was among all the fans who didn't like MK versus DC.
Yeah,
That's what you're telling me.
yeah,
But it's
basically.
the fact that DC exists at all that's possible.
Well, DC exists to the Marvel universe. They've crossed over before. That doesn't mean that DC or Marvel control each other. It is actually possible for different multiverses to accidentally meet up.
Would you like some creative fatality inputs?
Might as well.
No.
Just give me the spine rip and I'll do it 8 times.
Good shit.
I would have said no.
Round 1, fight!
So yeah, the Falling Cliffs came back.
I fucking love this stage in Mugen.
I like to try and get them standing on the edge when it collapses so that they accidentally kill themselves, but I don't know if it's gonna happen here.
Taven wins.
Why,
Round 2, fight!
Why didn't she use the old costume?
Why would I?
Canonicity.
Yeah,
He
but
likes this one better. We've established
we've
that.
been looking at that costume for 4 fucking episodes. I'm done with it.
Well, now
There
it's not
it is.
There we go. Look at his face.
Right up the poop chute.
Yeah, that's a shame.
So, down, 4. Which
Okay.
should be circle.
All right. You know, we got a question once about what I think the deal is with these giant eggs, because this is supposed to be Reptile's lair. And it's like, I guess the question was whether I think that those are somehow, like, new Zaterrans being born. And my answer to that is that if we move over here, you can see, yeah, right there, the giant snake from Shaolin Monks is a feature of this stage. So I think those are just snake eggs. I don't think they have anything to do with Zaterrans.
I never did either. That giant snake from Shaolin Monks was always canon. Reptile is lonely and needs a pet.
Yeah. It is kind of weird that the angles you can hit people into the eggs from are not always straight on. There's another thing in this stage. I have no idea what that swirling business back there is.
What's important? And we're about to see a lot of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want any more? Do you want any more? There are some more.
I think the torso rip is one of them, isn't it?
It looks
There
like
is. It is.
That thing looks like a power-up or something. Touch it.
I bet it gives him health. Reptile needs it for health. Ah, Chameleon. The mightiest hidden warrior. Around since Mortal Kombat 1.
I kind of hate this version of the Soul Chamber.
I'm not a fan of any version of the Soul Chamber, personally.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever got... I mean, it was never the greatest stage, but I like the sublime... The subtle details in the back of it in 3. The
Yeah.
Shadow Priest, like, lurking in the background.
That's really
there were
it.
Shadow Priests, and there were piles of corpses. I think...
Yep.
What I never liked about it is that it's too goddamned orange.
Blech.
I just don't like the
It's a bit-
aesthetics. It's that simple.
It's a bit less orange now.
Apparently, this version of it is some underground, like, tomb from Raiders of the Lost Ark or something. Like, look at that entrance back there.
Well, Shijinko said that, like, he was going to the Soul Chamber
Yeah, the Soul Chamber
underground
is
and whatnot.
canonically supposed to be, like, part of Shao Kahn's fortress. Like,
Uh,
in MK3, it connected to Motaro's balcony, and you could, like, transition uppercut people up there.
forward back 4 is the torso smash.
Alright.
Rip, I should say.
I refuse to partake in this, hit them multiple times combo system. At best, I might be willing to, like, rip the arm off and smack them with it.
So Jax is covered, Johnny's MK2 Fatal is covered, Sub-Zero's covered. Ah, back into hell. How appropriate we fight Shiva here.
I think Scorpion and Sub-Zero had, fatality moves that nobody else had where they could use their weapon or something.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
I love the waterfall of bones.
Yeah. We talked about how great this stage is before. It is my favorite in the game. Not the least of which for the music.
It's so fun.
This
Falling
is
pillars
guys, There's guys falling on fire.
That's how you first show up.
Yeah, they're
Welcome to
descending
hell.
into hell. Like, fuck that Charon shit. This is how you get down here.
Greek mythology. I want to see the Doomslayer running around in the background.
Ah, don't say that.
Adiaka! I miss MK gibberish so much.
Yeah, it's sorely missed.
Do you want any more finishers?
Are there any really interesting ones?
Let me see. Then you have to start getting into, like, moving them around and pushing them around and shit.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything complicated.
Try forward 4.
Okay.
Try just turning them around and just do that.
God damn it. There we go. Just squish
Short
him.
and sweet.
Just squish
Short
him.
and sweet.
Fatality.
Who am I posing for?
I mean, you could ask that question ever since MK1.
Well, theoretically, in 1, you're like posing for the crowd that's watching in the courtyard, or for Shang Tsung, or some shit.
Yeah,
know?
but you're not always there. Who are you posing for in Goro's lair, apart from, like, the fucking Oni in the background? Look at me, hell creatures! I did it!
There's...
I almost loved Cyrax's win pose for that.
Well, you know
it's so non-Cyber Ninja, just both fists
Yeah,
up. Yay!
it has always kind of been funny to me, the way Cyrax's win pose is just to put his arms up, like, yay, I won! That's not very Cyber Ninja, no.
When Reptile does it in MK2, I totally believe it, because he's just so happy he didn't lose for a
right.
change.
That's in character.
Yep.
I really don't like this version of Khan's arena.
The death traps are kind of busy and unnecessary, yeah.
The big acid pool, like, really?
Yeah. It's a little much.
This was like his secondary arena. His American Gladiators arena.
I appreciate that it at least, like, the background is, like, it's square, so it's trying to retain the MK2 look, whereas ever since 9, it's been Roman Colosseum looking.
Hey, it's got that huge corridor in the background where Kentaro comes out of Shaolin monks.
Yeah, look at that over there.
I don't know, fucking back 3? Never
I
mind.
tried to do the torso rip and it didn't go off.
Cabal's life sucks enough already.
Yeah, I'm showing mercy. I have pity for the man. I've never liked the inside of the Nether ship.
No, like, I vastly
boring.
prefer
It's
being
so
on deck.
boring compared to the deck, yeah.
Like, the swinging corpses are pretty cool, yeah, but, like, it's just such an ordinary, nondescript thing, just being inside of a ship. I think that they really wanted to recapture the feeling of, like, being in the MK movie, like, being below decks, thinking that you could, encounter Scorpion and Sub-Zero here, but it's like, it's not ominous enough, not shadowy enough, it's just a ship at sea.
It's like that was a unique move. Was that his throw?
Oh, yeah!
That was a special move, I think.
Yep.
It's weird.
Yeah, I think this is the only game where he does that. He didn't have it in Unchained or, because, like, the Emperor's Shield is a move from the 3D era that comes back in versus DC, but I think that was a one-timer. Might have been his throw.
I'm not a big fan of the Emperor's Shield move.
I like it, because it drives home that Khan and Nightwolf have the same powers.
Look at him go.
Back 3 for your finisher.
Alright. Maybe it's not a throw, because he just tried to do it from a distance.
He should say something.
Yeah, he doesn't taunt up. Like, you have to command to taunt. It heals you a little bit, but the AI is not super likely to do it compared to, like, MK2 and 3. But he should definitely have speech built into, like, his round win and get up animations.
Yeah, that's definitely special.
There we go. Ah.
He got you.
Oh, he's gonna loot. Wait, no,
There
he's
we
got
go.
him.
What was it?
Back 3.
I'm not
Nope.
doing it.
Oopsies.
Well, now you've let the Emperor live.
That's fine. That's fine. Nothing bad will come from that. There's no
What'd you
way.
do today?
There's no way he could possibly make it to the top of the pyramid and beat Blaze.
What'd you do today? Fucked up Shao Kahn on a boat? Ah, kill him? Nope. I'll be mad.
Look, time ran out. I got
Man.
nervous. The button wouldn't go. What does that mean?
Fat Blaze fucking sucks.
It just, I think he would have gone over much better if he were more on fire and just had a non-Astaroth head. There's just so much of Astaroth going on here, and I've always disliked it.
I don't like his moveset is the problem, though. Like, all he does is, like, swing his arm down at me and curl into a ball sometimes.
I think Arcade Blaze is harder than Storm Mode Blaze, isn't he?
A little bit.
Ah, these people. They show up in the background of the pit, too. They think all the rumors are fine, all the rumors are good. And the realm's on fire.
Whoa!
There we go.
Well done. You took round pound more.
Yeah, I do.
He also really needed a good get-up animation. He didn't need that generic shit.
Yeah, like dusting off his shoulders? What the hell?
I think some lines of dialogue also would have helped too, because he's just kind of like a dumb brute.
Yeah,
like,
grunting and grrr.
well, he's literally a plot
he-
device. He's not a character.
And he's only acting according to his programming.
Like, he's not even the villain of the game. Shinnok is. Look at that big stupid hand.
Ew.
Like that fish flipper of a hand.
And once again, it's over.
Yes. So, what are we doing next
I'm
time?
for the other half.
Are you ready, Smokeman, to play Special Forces?
It's your turn.
Let me download OBS.
So I do it like the sword I left for him in my temple. Argus is canonically the narrator of these endings, which means
Yes, he is.
He didn't die. He let Dagon think he killed him, and he's been in hiding since.
Argus is an asshole.
Yeah.
The result was intended to strip
And here it is.
powers, but Blaze had been corrupted long ago by the Dragon King's holy. Instead of nullifying the combatants' power, it made them stronger than before. The quest was a failure. May the Elder Gods forgive me.
So that's
Good job.
That's the
Good
actual
job.
canon ending of MK Armageddon. That's because Taven is the one who beat Blaze. The story mode ends with that. But yeah, the because he'd been like he'd had spells cast on him to force him to guard that Dragon Egg and Deadly Alliance. Instead of taking away everybody's powers, it doubled them.
You know what my ending for Armageddon is?
What's that?
The power released by Blaze's destruction reunited Liu Kang's body and soul. Whole once more and possessing the power of a god, he confronted Raiden, who had been corrupted by his suicide. Liu Kang reluctantly defeated his mentor in an epic clash. With consent of the Elder Gods, he replaced Raiden as protector of Earthrealm. That's my ending. It's a much better one.
That's a good ending if you want Armageddon to be the last game in the series. I've always been bothered by the idea that all the stories could be wrapped up in the single game. Like, I wanted there to be more content after Armageddon.
Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation did a review of Mortal Kombat 12 about a month ago, and he brought up the fact that twice now MK has kind of written itself into a corner. Armageddon was the first time to do it, and then recently MK11 did it,
I mean, the thing is...
forcing reboots over and over again.
The thing is that...
That's why I can't help but look at Armageddon as the end of something. I can't see it going forward from here. This just feels like it's an ending of an entire saga. The stakes can't get any higher than this.
I
Not to say that they
don't
necessarily have to,
necessarily agree that the stakes in this game are any higher than they were in 3 or 4 or Deception. I think it's a flat tie. Like all of those games were like the conquering or destruction of the entire universe was the stakes.
Yeah, that's fair. But there really is something about this entire thing that just feels like a fourth act, or a third, whatever you want to call the last turn.
I don't know, it feels too unfinished to me, and it feels too uninterested in wrapping up satisfyingly the specific, like, character arcs of characters. Like,
I mean, I think if we had a lot of better endings rather than stuff like female girl squads and Planet Smoke and stuff like that,
yeah,
it would feel a lot better. You know, it's just it's the slapdash haphazard nature of a lot of the endings that kind of takes away from that.
Well, the other thing is that, like, specifically in the case of Dark Raiden, if you just told me in the arcade endings that Dark Raiden was killed by Liu Kang, and that was the end of the MK universe, and it happened at Armageddon, I'd be like, you have completely wasted the potential of Dark Raiden to be the end boss of an arc of stories. Like, that's where I would end the Mortal Kombat universe, and we talked about that in previous videos. I am working on fucking fanfic or whatever, where after Armageddon, there's a trilogy where Dark Raiden is the end boss, and that's because I feel like if you're going to end the MK universe, there needs to be a sense of book ending where the threat in the last game should tie back to the first game. And so, like, Dark Raiden, you know, one of the chief heroes of MK1 becoming the final bad guy makes a lot of sense, especially because Deception teased so much the idea that Raiden's Fall into Darkness has parallels to how Shao Kahn went from Protector of Outworld to Emperor of Outworld.
Oh, it'd be really nice to see that actually fleshed out properly and the parallels drawn properly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how I would do it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible to continue the series after Armageddon, but I look at it in a lot of ways. Like, in one way, I look at Mortal Kombat as just kind of being a thing that was of its time, that's kind of living now, in the way a lot of franchises do. You know, it's kind of living off of its own identity, which is there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes I think the question is, just because you can complete a thing or continue a thing doesn't mean necessarily you should. I've seen a lot of franchises go down in flames, man. A lot of them. And for all my problems with MK now, I am, and I remain really, really fucking happy that it's still going out there in some form for whole new generations of people. I really am. But I'm not asking for it to, like, come back and continue a story just for me, because I had my time. I'm happy with it.
I don't know. I'm never happy with things unless they have a satisfying ending. Like, that's one of the great things about Invincible as a comic series, and I hope the cartoon gets the chance to live up to that, is that it had a beginning, a middle, and an end. Like, more like what they do with manga in Japan, as opposed to the forever running, nothing ever changes, nothing ever advances, there is no ending nature of Western comics. Like, the first thing I would do if I had control of Batman is that I'd, you know, go for a beginning, a middle, and an end. Like the Arkham Knight series, you know, those games have a definitive ending where, you know, with the Nightfall Protocol and the idea that Bruce has to fake his own death and become an urban legend again.
That's actually, I was gonna say, like, who among us is ever really satisfied with an ending that's given to us? Like,
I mean, the most satisfying ending for Batman probably is just to do Beyond.
I mean, I guess it depends. Like, I think that Batman's gone on long enough. You could make an argument that there's a lot of different ones. Like, a lot of people look at The Dark Knight Returns as a valid conclusion to the Batman saga. You know, there's that. You have the Neil Gaiman stories and the Grant Morrison stories from about 10, 15 years ago. You've got Batman Beyond. You can pick one. And if you don't have one, you know, I think that you just kind of, I don't know, as it is with MK here, just maybe decide to write your own. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a world where Armageddon can be retrofitted to be a satisfying conclusion. I just don't think that it has enough time. to satisfyingly wrap up everybody, because there were people in Deadly Alliance and Deception who were at the very start of a character arc and have not gotten the chance to really explore where that was going. I don't know, like, if you're only now introducing Ashra, and you're introducing all this lore about where her sword came from and its true purpose and the conflict with Natara, is one iteration enough to finish that story? What about, like, characters like Scorpion, who have had this stupid plot twist dumped in their lap?
I mean, that's
how
that's
much
part
time
of the
do you
problem
need to fix that,
That's part of the problem when you've got like 60 characters, and that's half the reason why they did this, was because a lot of those people, they're not supposed to get resolutions. They're supposed to be corpses. I mean, much as I love Stryker, man, he's not making out of this thing alive, I think that I've always felt that Armageddon is like a game that's 70% complete. And, we've talked about this. We have, like, evidence to that. Scorpion's village being incomplete, and the fact that, like, 12, 13, 15 people have bios. I think it's possible to write conclusions for the people that matter the most, but the rest of them, they're just supposed to end up dead like Li Mei here.
Well, I'll give you an example of a character that I don't think there's any way you can write an ending for, given what happens to them in this game. Smoke.
Nah.
Smoke is at the beginning, again, of regaining control of his free will and figuring out what he is now and how to live with being stuck in that form, because he has once again gone through a change, once again been mind-controlled to work for somebody else, and once again, only at the very end of this story, been set free from that.
Well, if you want to take his presence on the good guy's side here, somewhere around here, as a matter of fact, I think, fighting Natara. Yeah, there he is. There he was. Look at Jarek flip kicking Sindel in the back of the head. Yeah,
I just noticed in the background there, Kitana's fighting Reptile, and Reptile is in his lizardy tail form again.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
But I think that Smoke.
I love Darius here.
Yep. Just goes flying. I think that Smoke, like, kind of comes around for being on the good guy's side again. Like, the end goal for him is to just... Okay, wait here. The end goal for Smoke...
See, it is important.
Yep. It's very important, but you talked over the best line, anyway. I think Smoke's character arc is complete just by, like, being a good guy again, and I assume he's back with Sub-Zero, because Serena's with them too. She's also on the good guy's side. That's what I like to believe happened. Like, the thing that matters is he got his conscience or his soul or his humanity. Call it whatever you want. I think that's the thing.
The things that matter to the characters haven't really been addressed, though. Like, Serena going back to Sub-Zero doesn't really resolve, like, the internal question she has to live with of, can I, like, exist in Earthrealm as a demon, or do I want to, seek out some way to make myself a human being? Do I want, like, to find a way to change the way Ashra has, or is this okay? Like, cause her story in Armageddon starts with Quan Chi going, "You're a demon. You could never live with them. You belong down here." She hasn't actually, like, faced that.
There probably isn't room in 3 games to write satisfying resolutions for all these characters the way you or I would like to.
3 games would give you more of an opportunity to try than the bottom half of filling out MKA would, though.
Alright. Is that it for us?
I think we're done here. There's a few seconds left of this intro. We've seen it before.
Why not? I love all this shit that they do with Zombie Liu Kang.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
The neck snap, the twirling, the screaming. It's so good.
It's kind of a tease to see them spinning the chains around since you can't use them in gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cruel. So cool, though. Down goes Shujinko.
Most of these guys can teleport.
Yeah, like, why is Sector not already fucking up there? That's my question.
Why is Natara and Onaga not already up there? They can fucking fly.
Well, Naga's still carrying Shao Kahn somewhere, which apparently didn't happen in the MK9 version. But
I like to think that Shao Kahn brought a vial of old poison, and Onaga took a crash landing.
well, those
I think
are
that's what happened to Onaga.
those are questions for the next timeline. This one
This is it.
this one has
is the
come
end of
to
it.
an end. See you later, nerds.
Next time, Metal Gear Solid, but without boxes,
Oh boy, I can't wait.
and a question that echoes across all of time and space. Do you want some fries with that whoop ass? Have a nice day.